Greetings and salutations. This is Emperor Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello.
And today we're having a look at some more Babylon 5 Earth Force ships. So these are the Aegis class of ship. There are three versions of the Aegis class, and well, shall we just start with the Aegis class? This is the Aegis class. You can see it says Omulus or Bust because it's on its way to destroy the Dilgar homeworld. These were, right, we talked about the Lex class in another video. They were to replace the Hyperion. This class was supposed to become the main warship of Earth Force. It was supposed to replace the Nautilus class, which is the battleship, because it's compact and it was supposed to be very well armoured and armed, and it didn't really fill all the bits, did it?
No, because it can't defend itself. Okay.
Yeah. So the Aegis class came out, and this is it. It's absolutely bristling with laser guns. It's got a lot of triple turrets and double turrets. I think it's got a quad turret on the back. No, the triple turrets. Lots of guns, and it was thought that this could just use massive amounts of lasers to do huge amounts of damage. And, well, it didn't, did it?
Well, I think it's actually quite good in game.
Well, go on.
Well, it's got one god cannon.
Yeah, I should say. It has a Aegis GOD cannon on the bottom, just there. It actually runs the whole length of the hull and ties into the engine. The downside to the GOD cannon is it uses a huge amount of power. What are the special rules for that?
It takes a whole turn for it to reload.
Yeah, so you can fire one turn, then the next turn you can't fire.
Yeah.
Which is a downside to it.
It's medium hull.
Oh, it's rubbish.
It's only got 15 centimetre movement.
Yeah, it's slow because it's underpowered.
But then
because
again,
the GOD
it does
cannon.
have really long range weapons, so it doesn't matter.
Yes, it's weapons. It's got a GOD cannon, which is 60, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's got lasers, which are 45. So it's got long range.
40 lasers up front, 30 at the sides,
Yep.
20 at the back.
Huge firepower.
Oh yeah.
Kind of meant to do the same job as this. This was already out and flying around.
Double what a Nova has.
Yeah, it's got twice the amount of firepower of a Nova. So this is a Nova, and that is the Aegis. And the Nova was supposed to be replaced by this as their primary warship. So how did that go for them?
Maybe you should put the armour on heavy, but they didn't. So.
It's the type of armour used, that's the problem.
I know.
The Nova has heavy armour, this has light
Not
armour,
very
medium
useful,
armour.
is it?
No, not really.
Because it's the Interceptors is 3 autocannon
Yeah.
and 4 particle beams. What's it supposed to do?
Shoot down one fighter. So it was very quickly found out when these tried to operate in units, they were destroyed. There was one battle where 12 tried to fight as one compact unit. They were overrun by Dilgar fighters and destroyed. Problem solved. So a very quick upgrade to that was to give... Which one should we go for? We'll go for this.
We'll go for the battleship, yeah.
To give massive amounts of air defense. That's what this is. This guy's impressive. This guy absolutely bristles with armament.
I thought the horses there.
Right.
It hasn't got really much Interceptors either.
Yeah, well, they never learn. They didn't learn. What's it got?
22 heavy laser barriers.
Yeah.
16 at the sides and 16 at the back.
Okay.
520mm pulse cannon, 24 at the front, 48 at each side.
That is one huge broadside.
And a weird 4 at the back.
I don't know why. Don't ask me.
And then in secondary weapons it has a 400mm pulse cannon, 2 at the front, 32 at the sides and 6 at the back.
Yeah.
24 missile pods at the sides. Then for Interceptors, 8 particle beams and 6 autocannon.
And it still has the GOD?
No.
It doesn't have the GOD cannon. Oh, they stripped it out and put
2 flights.
2 flights of fighters on board. So this was the idea of this guy was to be a defense platform for the other guy. Right. So you've got these as your prime. This is supposed to become the Earth Force primary warship to do the job of the Nova class or the Nautilus class. They were just shot out of the sky by the Dilgar. They just didn't last. So I think it's before Battle of Beta 5, These came out, and these were the same hull, exactly the same hull. So they stripped out the God Cannon, put a fighter bay in for air defence, and they've put a huge amounts of guns on, and these were supposed to fight on the flanks, one on each flank or whatever, of these ships to try and protect them against the Dilgar. And due to the broadside, they were supposed to be able to go toe-to-toe, gun for gun on broadside battle, because the Dilgar went in for that sort of thing, and it was supposed to be able to take a Dilgar ship on that was trying to flank them. We have found out that, no anti-aircraft defence by any means. They get shot out of the sky by fighters. The first time I tried to use one, the Minbari just blew it up. I didn't even get to move. They're under-armoured,
they're so expensive,
undergunned, and extremely expensive.
2,460 for that.
Yeah.
It's almost the same as 2 Shadow Scout ships. That's like what? That's forming like a slice of beans.
Yeah. Oh, a shadow ship would just look at this and it would explode. What's the hull?
The hull, it's medium, 24.
Right, 24. So why even bother turning up? So it's not going to last long. It can take it can take about 4 slices without being destroyed. So 4 Minbari.
Depending on the D20, really,
depending on the D20. But I'd say you could take 4 Minbari hits, and after that you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if the Minbari broadside you with its fusion cannon,
just remove it.
The fusion cannon, we do. We may have seen games where a Minbari ship fusion cannons this guy with a broadside of 36 fusion cannons. We just take this off.
It's just block eggs.
Yes, it's easier to just remove the ship because it's dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Another ship.
I'm not really sure which one came first between the two. This is definitely a desperate attempt to give air cover to these guys. There's again Dilgar War. Dilgar have massive amounts of fighters, so these guys just get swamped. They have no air defense. They get destroyed.
People are gonna love this.
So they built this, which is 2 ships strapped to each other. It's actually open inside because so it doesn't add any additional hull points, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Is it what is
48.
it? Which means it's 2 ships strapped together.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it gets no additional hull. All this midsection is actually empty space where ships are docked.
This guy has 40 heavy laser barrels from. Awesome, amazing.
Yeah.
They get 3.
He gets 3. Oh, is that turret there? He gets 3 lasers. Wow. That's amazing.
2 God cannons.
That's good.
Of course, because it's the 2 of them.
There's 2 hulls, so 2 God cannons.
10 of 520 pulse cannon, which is great. Secondary weapons, 36 missiles on the sides.
It's okay. Reloadable?
No.
Useless.
400mm pulse cannon, 9. That's it. Defense is 8 particle beams and 6 auto cannon.
Right, so defense is rubbish again.
It just has, the best thing going for it is it has 6 flights.
Right, 70 Star Furies. No, 72 Star Furies. That's good. So it's got
6 breaching pods.
a lot of star. It's got a docking bay underneath, just there, at the back, down there, and it's also got a docking bay up here, 2 docking bays. So 6 flights of Star Furies. So this gives that the Star Fury bonus, and it's got GOD cannon.
A lot of its weapons are short range, which is unfortunate for you because it only moves 15 centimeters.
Yes, it is slow.
If you want to use your emergency thrust to get closer, it's only a D10.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really underpowered. It's really, really underpowered.
That's God cannons for you.
Yeah. So, as I said, it was an attempt to replace the Nova. That's this guy with
more defences than them combined.
The Nova is actually still better, and it's got heavy armour. It's just got half the amount of guns. Now, however, the Aegis is very important because it was the test bed to another ship which you will recognise if you know anything about Babylon 5, the Warlock, the modern Earth Force warship used by Earth Force. Do you want to do? Well, where is the Nova?
Well, it is an Aegis, isn't it?
It's an Aegis. Yeah. Basically, the Nova has an Aegis, twin Aegis cannon, the same as that, or same as 2 of them, and it also has about.
Its movement's really good. I think it's 30 centimeters.
Yeah, it's quite fast. I've got to find the card for it.
Yeah, you have that. I was using it in that game, so it should be on top of that deck.
Let's have a look. Should be in here somewhere. Yes, it is.
Right.
So this is the Warlock. We will actually do a video on the Warlock class later.
Yeah, it has 30 hull.
Which is way better than there's 6 more.
30 movement.
Yeah.
2 god cannons.
Right.
These ones don't take a turn to reload.
Yes, because
It's just fire, fire, fire.
Yeah. So you can fire 2 god cannons per turn. That's D20 hits.
It has heavy rail guns.
Yeah.
4, 6 and 2. 520mm pulse cannon, 12, 12 and 14.
Yeah.
Secondary weapons, 400mm pulse cannon, 4 on each side, which really is just defense, I think.
Yeah, air defense, yeah.
Yeah, you got auto cannon, 4 on each side. Again, it's not really... 16 missiles, reloadable.
Wow, that's nice.
12 and then 16 on the side, red missiles, reloadable.
That's good too.
4 auto cannons on each side. Reactive hull.
Ah,
6 at the front.
that's equivalent to a shield.
And 12 each side.
Right.
And
So
4 wings of thunderbolts.
so 48 thunderbolts, which are better than Star Fury.
3 damage each.
Yeah. So this guy is way better than this. But to get to here, this amazing ship which you see in Crusade TV series and the very end of Babylon 5, you have to go through this stage first.
And something I should know, this one gets a special rule for their 520mm pulse cannon. That if you roll a 6, it's an automatic 10 damage.
Automatic 10.
Automatic 10 damage.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. So that's we're going to do a whole video on these. We've got a whole fleet of these guys. We're going to explain them all and
And then
give
a
it the history.
3d10 on emergency thrust, so it could move 60 centimeters if lucky.
That's like equivalent to what's the Captain Sheridan ships?
Captain Sheridan ships.
Yeah, the ones that look like a bird.
Oh, what? The White Star?
Yeah, the White Star. That's like equivalent to a White Star, isn't
It's
it?
practically like a scout ship, yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
faster than a scout ship.
So yeah, Earth Force learnt a lot, but you had to go 30 years to get.
It's also
that.
really cheap, I should have mentioned that. It's only 1,900, and that's like 1,600, so...
Yeah, because it's more expensive back
in fact,
then
actually,
to buy
it's the same
stuff.
price as this.
Yeah. So I'd go for the Warlock. But during the Dilgar War, this was hoped to be a replacement, as I said, for the existing Nova and the Nautilus. It didn't work. It was a failure. Also, I should mention, just as we leave the video, there was the GOD cannon was originally designed for orbital defense. Right, basically all the power goes into the cannon, so the cannon can fire each turn. Now there was another ship called the Tillman, which is this baby here. This isn't the one that you get nowadays. This is the original Tillman, which fought in the Dilgar War. Hence, it's gone and got individual guns instead of the twin-mounted guns. And this is where you first mounted the God Cannon. This is where you first found the God Cannon, which is in there. And the GOD cannon was an extremely powerful weapon, and it was thought that that's the way forwards. The Tillman tended to be a bit of a white elephant, or was a white elephant, to be honest. But this was getting the Tillman designed that was created for the God cannon mounted in the Tillman, and it was put in one of these ships to try and give. These ships would have a God cannon, and they would have.
Yeah, personally, just humans should really give in on the whole God cannon thing.
It was well. No, I think they fixed it.
Yeah, but it's
With the
still-
Warlock, by
yeah,
the time
that's
you get
great,
to the
but
Warlock...
You've got 2, and every defence ship can block 2.
Yeah, I know.
it's just not, there's no...
Yeah, it's basically a very powerful energy beam gun. It's something the humans are working on for a long time. They never really got it to work properly. They now have it as standard issue in Earth Force ships, but it took the Minbari War and the Dilgar War to get to the point to actually having the Warlock.
Yeah.
But finally, I think Earth Force more or less figured it out, although the Warlock still hasn't replaced the Amiga.
No. Well, because the Amiga's amazing.
Yes, the Amiga is supposed to be scrap metal by now, but it's still the primary
Actually, I don't
chip.
think... Where's the Cadian
What for?
for the Warlock?
The Warlock.
And it doesn't ignore sensor jam.
Right. So
For a second, oh god, does it?
Yeah. Another downside to these, Dilgar War not a problem, but Minbari War, Minbari used jammers.
And jam everything.
So you couldn't see their ship on your scanners. All you got was a blur. It made your scanners go all funny. Therefore, you couldn't use targeting scanners, so you get a -1 to hit. And Earth Force ships at this time have a targeting system of a 4+.
It's a nice 5+.
So everything hits on a 5. Hence the massive amounts of lasers in the hope that a few will hit.
And then it gets minus because the hull's so good.
Yes, yeah, you're fighting at crystalline armor, which doesn't do anything. Yeah, so overall, the Aegis was a good idea. The idea was good. It looked good on paper, it was a failure.
Well, probably fantastic in Dilgar War, probably.
We never used them in Dilgar War, so we'll have to find out, won't we? But that's what they were designed for. Really, they were designed to kill Dilgar capital ships. They do not kill Minbari ships. We found that out. If you want to kill Minbari ship, use something better.
Yeah.
just anything will do.
Not Tillman.
Not Tillman.
Works.
Yeah. We've had hit and miss with Tillman. Really.
I think the entire campaign he killed one ship and lost. He got blown up like 4 times.
Whereas in the Dilgar War, the Tillman actually accounted for more casualties to the Dilgar than any other ship.
We'll find out about that.
So we'll find out about that as well. In the Minbari War, the Minbari hid from them. They were terrified of the Tillman. They didn't know what it was. They couldn't.
But when we played, I just blew it to pieces every time.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem to be very good. But
it can't move.
Yeah, it's really slow. Hence, God Cannon underpowered ship.
I'm going to get my bolters in range. Never mind, it can't move fast enough.
Yeah, all my GOD cannons offline because it's rubbish.
Yeah.
And yeah, all sorts. So that's the Aegis. So overall, what is your opinion of the Aegis if you're going to sum it up in a few words?
Decent.
You like them, do you?
I do, yes.
Oh, right.
Late war, well, absolutely useless.
Yeah.
Maybe use it as a wall. But probably Dilgar War. Without a sensor jam, very good.
Yeah, I should guess it might actually do its job. But we'll find out when we do Dilgar War.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Over to you.
If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and comment down below what you think of the Aegis Class battleship. That's everything from me.
And everything from him. Goodbye.
See ya.